String quartet playing is really, if you're not a soloist or if you don't hanker to playing in a big orchestra, it's the pinnacle really of music making in Western music. It's just composers write the best, most personal, most soul-searching music for string quartets. It's like a pure essence. You have 4 voices all joining to make something wonderful. 4 of us were already in the Australia Ensemble, resident at the University of New South Wales, and we weren't there as a string quartet. We were there as 4 string players within a mixed ensemble. And playing a string quartet is a different animal. You have to rehearse differently. You have to spend a lot of time doing stuff that you wouldn't do with a mixed ensemble. Some people had asked us along the way, why don't you play as a string quartet? And we'd heard so many horror stories about people who had had shocking times. Couples or people with relationships breaking up or whatever, and so I was never very keen. But Ken Tribe finally suggested to us, it's a good idea. You've played enough string quartets to know whether you like it or you don't like it, so it's probably a good idea to make the leap of faith and call yourselves something and start working like a quartet rather than some string players who occasionally play quartets. And so we thought, oh, why not give it a go?
I think it's a good name though, don't you? The Goldner String Quartet. The word Goldner itself is a pleasing name. It's got gold in it, and I think it has a nice sound to it, so that's one reason why we liked it.
We had all known to varying degrees Richard Goldner, the founder of Musica, Viva, and he a great violist and great teacher, and he taught Irena.
And he was a very generous man too. He gave Irena the viola that she plays, and we thought it was a great way to honour his memory and the work that he's done for the Australian musical community.
We have found in retrospect that everybody says Golden String Quartet, but we can live with that. We correct them gently. The 4 of us have very similar preferences. There are a few occasions where, you know, one of us doesn't particularly like that particular repertoire direction and has to be sort of gently pushed in that direction.
There are several quartet stories, various quartets through history who just don't play certain composers or won't do a particular work, or, you know, we're not that dramatic, we're fairly easygoing. I don't know if it's just that we're Australians, so
we tend to gravitate in certain directions because we feel comfortable playing that style of repertoire and we think we're reasonably good at it. If we're approached to do a concert in a festival which is featuring a certain type of music or you know, composer or nationality, then that often starts out the sort of bones of the program.